Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Appreciate the support either way, cuzzies. My name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is May 1st, 2024. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a window to my thought process on what I think potentially could happen with Bitcoin just based off of technical analysis and no news, right? A lot of people, first things first, what did I say? Not that the price was going to come down, but what did I say that the news was going to try and tell you the reason why we were coming down, right? Right away, I'm seeing, oh, China's ETFs, this ETF. Come on, dude. Come on, right? Like 13 days ago, I posted more blood is coming based off of what the charts were telling me, based off of what the indicators were telling me, based off the technical analysis, based off the market structure, based off. I did not know that an ETF was not going to be approved. I did not know that China's stock market was going to start collapsing. I did not know that war was going to start. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things. It's just irrelevant. It really is. So, we have broken down. Alerts have gone off. This trend that we have been in since March 2024 has now officially been broken. We have had a support system from 61.8 to 59.5. You could see here this yellow box. You could see we were having downward pressure. You could see that the long-term trend has changed. The monthly went from section A+, which is above the 70, back into the section A, and we have room to bleed. Now, if you remember yesterday's video, we're on thin ice for a nice correction, right? Nothing happens until something happens, but unfortunately, it's chess. It's not checkers, right? So if this move was to happen, what's the next ripple 2, 3, 4 moves thereafter? If this was to happen, what's the next ripple effect and the next 2, 3 moves to happen? The next move is this. 62,222. Put an alert there, because if we were to break that most recent low, we are now have more room to bleed, and we're heading towards the 58.66. That was that last zone. I see it right about here, right? It was most recent resistance turned into support, turned into resistance, will turn into support. Now, in order for this to be a continuation, we need to stop there, bro. We need to stop there. And what usually happens is because we make a lower low, we will come back up. We'll have a dead cat bounce, but now the sentiment has changed. And this high could be your last high. Meaning you could see the swing low, swing high. Swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high. If the sentiment changes, well, this is the most recent high, and if we break this low and we make a lower low, and we retest the moving average, once again, we'll come back up. We'll probably retest the 70, but unfortunately, we'll form a lower high, right? If your trend is making higher lows and higher highs, and you do this, that means it's a trend change, and now the waves are going to start coming down. If you see the waves are coming down and you see an inverse head and shoulders where this low is the same as this low, and this is a head and shoulders where this high is the same as this high, well, that's a trend change for the better. And that's all we try and do is catch the swings and the trades, right? And if this was to break and we go down to here, I know it has a very high probability of not coming back up and making a higher high past the 76.30. We're going to come back up, probably use the 70, like we did this here, right? And then use the 70 as resistance. And because now we made a lower high, well, that gives me, once again, the chess move ripple effect that we could then break the moving average over here and then come down. So, once again, nothing happens until something happens. I'm setting an alert here at 62.22, and that's the best you could do. Now, the weekly, if you remember yesterday's video, same sentiment, same lingo. We were making swing low, right? Swing high, swing low, swing high. You could see waves going higher. Well, unfortunately, this was the most recent low. We've broken that. We've come back into section A, and we have room to bleed. I said the most recent support probably going to be this zone right around here. So now we need to see if we are seeing support at that zone, or if we're going to fall down to the 50. Now, poo-poo's hitting the fan. Everyone thinks the bull run is over. The bull run is not over until the weekly RSI breaks the 50 and heads down into section B. This is section B here. This is section A. We do not go into a bear market or a healthy consolidation until we break the 62.22, break the moving average, and break the 50. So we have room to bleed. I'm not going to deny that. But you can't confidently say that the bull run is over. I could confidently say that the rounding bottom has been broken. So now we want to see what the 50 line is, right? The 50 line is usually the 11, 21, and 31-day moving average on the weekly chart. I've been saying this for literally 2 years now. During the bull runs for Bitcoin, on the weekly chart, it loves to use the 11, 21, and sometimes 31-day moving average as support, showing you that it could just be another healthy consolidation. So what I do is I turn off all of the squiggly lines that I just drew, and we turn this on. If you remember in yesterday's video, I said, well, we have made that high, we came down, we used the 11 as support. If we break resistance, what usually happens is you'll go to the next moving average. So we went from the 11, and guess where we're finding support? At the 21. Now, we once again don't know if the bleeding has stopped or if this is the bottom. Now, because the monthly's still coming down, the weekly's coming down, etc., 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 I am expecting more blood, right? The best spot to buy Bitcoin during the bull markets is when it consolidates back to the 50, right? Or a little bit below, the 45, right? This one went to the 45. So once again, the 45 is like the line in the sand, okay? So as of right now, your next support system is, like I said, that 51 to 52,000 that lines up with the 31-day moving average, and it lines up with your last liquidation price right here. Now, once again, I also said in yesterday's video, when the trend changes, right? I gotta delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. I will keep the rounding bottom because I'll zoom in now, okay? Now what I think the trend is these green lines. I think the green lines are being resistance and support. You could see here we went from here, we went support. We went to resistance, we went to support. We went to resistance, and we went to support. And once again, I said in yesterday's video, you could see small liquidation zones, right? You could see this one was from 56.6 to technically 57.6. This one's from 54.5 to technically 54.9. Once again, it's a range, and you could see how we went to the bottom of this channel, and we also lined up with that liquidation price. So now what I think potentially happens, this box has been used as support. This rounding bottom line has been used as support. What could happen is we could have a dead cat bounce because we're extremely oversold, the same way we were oversold here, same way we were oversold here, same way we were oversold here. And now we could have a dead cat bounce back to possibly this liquidation zone over here, anywhere from 59.6 to 60,000. I don't think we break 60,000 because that would be the apex moment. Like I said in yesterday's video, this is the long-term apex, this is the short-term. So when you have something that was support and is now being resistance, or something that was resistance and is now being support, that is a continuation indicator. And what I mean by that is you can see there's room to bleed back to this major liquidation zone, right, that I've been saying. So if we do have a dead cat bounce, we form a lower high to this one here. This is your most recent high of 63 to 64,000, 63.8 to 64.7. If we do have a dead cat bounce and see resistance here at this double negative apex moment, I know that it doesn't mean that we're going to form a double bottom. It means we potentially could break this low here of the 56.5 and then go to your next level of the 45.5. That is my Bitcoin technical analysis. Once again, the reason and the confluence with the indicators to justify the hypothesis that I just said of a lower high and a continuation pattern to the downside, where is your daily MACD and RSI? Your daily MACD is in section B, below the histogram, right? Your daily RSI is below the 50 line in section B. What happened the last time we had blood? We had a dead cat bounce, but we got rejected by the 50. We had blood, we saw support, but we made a lower high to the 71.6. So once again, just to give you a visual of what I think this potentially could look like before I end this video. You go here. Where is it? Right here. Bars pattern. I think potentially this one to this one can happen. So something like this, right? Make it a little bit smaller, like that. Now, right now is the first wick. You'd like to see 2, 3 wicks buying pressure at this level before you try and catch a falling knife, right? So you'd want to see support, you'd want to see the RSI forming some hidden bullish or bullish divergence, MACD volume coming up, and then once again your play is from here back to potentially 59.7 to 61.1. And then once again, I don't like betting longs when the long-term trend is showing me bearish sentiment. So once again, play it safe. Technically, I'd like to wait for it to go, and then you open up your short when you're at resistance, because now you're betting shorts with long-term trends bearish momentum. I'll end the video with this XRP. I always tell everyone, please look long first. Long-term trends are going to tell you the best liquidation zones. Clearly, you could see on this chart that this level right here of 31 cents is major support. I just explained to you that it was resistance, turned into support, turned into resistance, turned into support, and now we're here. We're at this point where the market is coming down. XRP is staying flat. Please join the Discord, links in my description. XRP is going flat and not bleeding because XRP versus Bitcoin is going up. If you're gaining momentum versus the mothership and the mothership is coming down, you are staying flat. If you are losing momentum while the mothership is going up, you are somewhat staying flat. You want to go up versus Bitcoin while Bitcoin's going up, and that's when you have hundreds to thousands of gains. So as of right now, because XRP versus Bitcoin's going up, XRP versus the dollar is flat. It's going to have a very hard time breaking the 49 cents, and you can see here it is making somewhat lower highs each time. I'm just going to do this like this. This is what I see. It's like a range right now. Support is 49 cents. Resistance is going to be 60 cents to 74 cents. But yes, it is making lower highs each time. So as of right now, XRP stays flat, doesn't break 48 cents, technically doesn't break 52 cents. The most bullish thing that could happen with XRP is Bitcoin bottoms, comes back up to the 60,000, and your XRP continuously, this needs to come back into the trend, okay? You see how it was using orange as support, yellow as resistance, blue as resistance. We broke out of the trend. We came and was using what was support as resistance right here and here and here and here, showing me what? This was a continuation to the downside pattern. We did. We made a lower low to this one here. Now we're here. If we break the trend, we will then use what was resistance as resistance again. We'll come back up to this level probably right about here, 0.000296. Now, if we continue to grow momentum and then we break the yellow and go back to the blue, while Bitcoin is having a dead cat bounce, XRP could actually have some hope and go back to the 56 cents. Not financial advice. I don't care about, once again, I have my long-term bags based off of the lawsuit SWIFT ISO 20022, all its connections with the CBDCs and everything under the sun. I've been researching and investing hypothetically in XRP Ripple for literally 8-9 years. And after a while, you form thick skin and you have two bags. Not financial advice, but I have a trading bag for XRP and I have a long-term bag for XRP. When ISO 20022 and all the governments come together and utilization actually makes price action go up, then my XRP investment bags, I'll take profit. As of right now, this looks like a descending triangle. We do have room to grow. Unfortunately, XRP does move last. So if we do have, once again, XRP versus Bitcoin going up, Bitcoin has the dead cat bounce eventually. I could see XRP coming back to the 58 cents right here, seeing resistance. Unfortunately, we are making lower highs each time. So this dead cat bounce pump would make XRP go up, but I do think it forms another lower high, capping out at the greed level around 63 cents, 64 cents, and then potentially coming back down. And then you got to play devil's advocate, because if that point, if your XRP versus Bitcoin hits here and then it's having its consolidation while Bitcoin's coming down, then that's how you can have a 25% correction thereafter, coming back down to the 48 cents. So once again, dead cat bounce going with Bitcoin up to these levels here, anywhere from 57 to 60 to 63 cents. And then you got to play it safe, because if we don't break this level of 66 cents, we are not going to 75 cents. We're coming back down to 48 cents, the same way that we did it here, down, same way we did it here, down, and now I think it could potentially happen again. That's the video. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Any comments, questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section. If you guys appreciate the support, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share it to one friend that you think potentially could learn something from these videos and once again has been burnt by the news. What do I mean by that? I mean, for the past couple months, right? Bitcoin went from 15,000 to 70,000. RSI went from oversold to overbought. The chart has not lied to us once again. I told you I don't chase green candles because of that, right? And now everyone that was buying these coins at these levels are down money. And if you were using leverage, you're now being called out, liquidated, and down money even more. Unfortunately, during these times, well, not unfortunately, but fortunately for me, when you have the skill set, I get excited during the blood, right? Because I have capital to buy these coins with, right? I told one of my best friends, I told you guys in yesterday's video, I told my best friend, if you're investing money right now and you're an amateur investor, you should have put in 60 to 65% of your money in and kept 30% on the side. So if Bitcoin comes down 30%, you have the capital to buy. That's it, baby. Love you. Appreciate the support. Enjoy the day.